story to tell. One of America's earliest and very expensive wars was the War of 1812 between America and Great Britain. This war lasted 2 years and 8 months, killing 15,000 Americans. At the 2020 exchange rate, it cost $1.78 billion. The second most expensive war is the American-Mexican War. The 1 year and 9 month war began in 1846, costing $2.72 billion at 2020 exchange rates, and killing more than 13,000 Americans. The American Revolution was the longest war in the history of this country, lasting 8 years and 5 months, killing only about 4,400 people, but costing $2.75 billion. The Spanish-American War began in 1898 and lasted only 4 months. However, this war also cost America about $10 billion. The American Civil War was the bloodiest war in the history of this country. A total of about 750,000 people were killed in the 4 years of the war. In particular, the US Federation spent $23 billion in war costs, while the Union faction spent $68 billion. Altogether, the United States spent $91 billion in this civil war. Next comes the Gulf War, which lasted for 7 months and only killed 383 US soldiers, but costing $116 billion in warfare. Although the United States only participated in the end of World War I, the US Army only fought in Europe in the last 19 months of the war, but it also killed 116,000 American soldiers, causing damage amounting to $381 billion. Korean War is the 5th most costly war in American history. Although it lasted only 3 years and 1 month, this war killed 36,000 US soldiers, costing about $390 billion. The Vietnam War is still the longest war in American history, with 17 years and 9 months. The war caused the deaths of more than 58,000 US soldiers and cost $843 billion. The war that is longer than the Vietnam War of Americans in the 21st century is the Afghan War, which started in 2001, equivalent to 20 years, that killed 2,200 American soldiers and cost $910 billion. The Iraq War, which lasted a total of 7 years and 5 months since 2003, is the second most expensive war in American history, killing 4,410 people and costing Washington $1 trillion. Up to now, World War II is still the most expensive war in American history. The US participated in the war for a total of 3 years and 9 months, lost 405,000 lives, costing $4,700 billion. The reason the US spent so much money was because in this war, Washington fought on out of both fronts and provided aid to nearly every allied nation. My video about the most costly wars in American history ends here. Thank you for watching. If you find this video interesting, please give me your thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to support the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.